Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro. Tank Davis versus Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Join the channel as a member, drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams, the videos that we do, and hit me up if you want to debate. Knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is my email. Look, bro. I seen Ellie Setback News. It's still live at the time of me shooting the video, bro. I'm watching Ellie Setback. He's in the RGBA, Robert Garcia's Boxing Academy. He's in the gym. And Robert Garcia is running a bunch of training camps for fighters that got fights coming up. And Jose Rayo Valenzuela is in there, bro. And I see the shit. I'm like, hold on a second, though. Because Robert Garcia told us that Rayo was not fighting again this year. He told us that Rayo needed to take some time off. But Rayo was in the gym doing the exact same workout that everybody doing that got a fight coming up. They doing the circus shit. They was in there doing the circus shit. They was taking turns doing the mitts with Robert Garcia. Then they go to the heavy bag. Then they go to another bag. And they was all fucking rotating from Raymond Muratalla to Oscar Duarte to Jose Rayo Valenzuela. You got Duarte, who's fighting Kenneth Sims on November 16th as part of that Williams Zepeda Zerto Ramirez card over there in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. You got Raymond Muratalla. We know he got a fight coming up November the 2nd. We don't know his opponent yet, but we know he falling on that Conceição Oshaki Foster Part 2 card, the rematch, where Foster got robbed in the first fight. That's the card that Muratalla gonna fall on. And then we got Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Robert Garcia done told us like 3, 4, 5 times on Twitter, on interview, he need a break. He need a break. He can't be ready. He not gonna fight again this year. He had a 4-month, 5-month camp with motherfucking Pitbull and shit. And now Rayo right there in the gym doing everything that they doing. Now Ellie Setback tried to play it off, and he even said, people say you fighting Tank, you not fighting Tank, you just trying to stay ready. And then Rayo didn't really deny the shit, or didn't say like, yeah, I ain't fighting Tank. He just said, yeah, I'm just trying to stay in shape, or some shit like that. But it was kind of like non-committal. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I do not understand this shit because Rayo is supposed to have a goddamn rematch clause with Pitbull. But I think that because of the relationship that Manny Pacquiao has with Al Heyman, that Manny Pacquiao Promotions has with Al Heyman, I feel like it would be nothing for them to get Pitbull to, hey man, you're going to have to sit this one out. Tank need a fight. You still want to be in play for that Tank fight? You need to go ahead and get that up and let Tank fight Rayo. Or you can do the rematch clause after Tank and Rayo fight or whatever, because they going to fight down at 135 pounds or whatever. Like, it's a lot of shit that can be done if they really want to make the Tank versus Rayo fight, bro. It's a lot of shit that can be done if they really want to make it. And I wouldn't be me as a content creator if I tried to ignore the fact that I saw Rayo in fucking camp. I see him training. What the fuck he training for? If you need to take some time off and you ain't fighting again until next year, why are you training in the middle of September if you ain't fighting again until February or March of next year? So I'm already looking at Robert Garcia funny like, bro, you lied. You straight up lied. You said that man needed a break. Don't look like he needed a break to me. Look like somebody trying to keep their weight down. Somebody that's in camp for a fight. Who would he be in camp for a fight for? other than Gervonta Tank Davis. So I'm already looking at Robert Garcia sideways. It might be looking like his word might not hold the weight that I assume that it holds. And you can't fault me for him flat out lying and shit, bro. You can't fault nobody for believing him. He turned out to be a liar because I ain't never known Robert Garcia to lie. But I'm still standing on what I'm saying, bro. I believe it's going to be a big fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, and Rayo just is not it. And what you're going to have to do as a fight fan, what I'm going to have to do as a content creator, we're going to have to decide how much criticism does Tank Davis deserve for fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela, right? The cons of fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela is you're fighting a fighter already with 2 losses. You're fighting a fighter that's been knocked out before. You're fighting a fighter that fight fans have not asked you to fight, right? The cons of fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela also has to do with the weight class. It's a lose-lose situation for Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, if he fights Jose Rayo Valenzuela at 135 pounds, automatically Rayo is weight drained. Tank is weight draining him. He's not fighting the real Rayo, so you're going to have haters come through, try to say that he don't deserve no credit for the victory. He fights Jose Rayo Valenzuela at 140. Why didn't he fight Teofimo Lopez? He ducked Devin Haney, but he'll fight Rayo at 140. You're going to hear all that shit. So those are the cons of him fighting Rayo. First is the weight. If he fights Rayo in his weight class that he wants Rayo to come to, then people going to say he weight draining Rayo. If he goes up to fight Rayo at 140 pounds, automatically Devin Haney and his fans are going to say, oh, but you couldn't fight me at 140. You didn't want to fight me at 140. $20 million. Even though Tank Davis said that he don't give a fuck where he fight Devin at, through Richardson Hitchens, who is Tank Davis' best friend, you can't find one single quote where Tank Davis said he ain't fighting Devin Haney at 140. What you can find is him saying he not comfortable at 140 after the Barrios fight, and then moving back down to 135 and dropping that belt that Mario Barrios had for him at 140. That's what you can find. That's what you can find. So this idea that this somehow means or leads credence to the fact that people are going to try to say that Tank Davis ducked Devin Haney, bro, is not going to... The fact that y'all are going to say that shit don't make it true if he ends up fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela at 140 pounds. But that shit is going to come. And y'all know for the most part, we're very accurate with our predictions. That shit going to come from Tank Davis haters, a.k.a. Devin Haney fans, the moment that this fight is announced. So those are the cons of him fighting him. The weight, it's a lose-lose situation for him because the Rayos lost to Edwin De Los Santos. That's a lose-lose situation. It's going to be one of those where he's not going to get any credit for the win. People are going to try to shit on the win no matter what happens. They even do it with Frank Martin. They do it with Ryan Garcia. People always look for a way to try to criticize Tank Davis for winning, for knocking people out, for making people quit. So prepare yourself. If you're a Tank fan, prepare yourself for some of that. The pros, the good thing about fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Number one, whether they fight at 135 or 140, they'll have the ability to put Rayo's belt on the line at 140 pounds, which will make Tank Davis a 3-division champion, truly, in my eyes. A lot of people call him a 3-division champion. I don't count the 140-pound regular belt that he got from Mario Barrios. The one that he would get from Rayo would be the real belt. So to me, that make him a 3-division champion. Obviously, being champion multiple times at 130, being champion at 135, and then if he beats Rayo, being champion at 140. So that's a good thing about it. It's a good little legacy thing for him to become 3-division champions. 90 to 95% of boxers don't become world champion at all, let alone champion in 3 separate divisions. So that would be a good thing. The other good thing about it is the fight could do well. It won't do as good as Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. It won't do the type of numbers I think he could do with Loma, but I think he could do a little bit more with Rayo than he did with Frank Martin. I think that's a 450 to 550 pay-per-view. I think him and Rayo with Tank Davis' star power, with Rayo's win over Pitbull, and kind of the Mexican fan base is going to be behind him, with Robert Garcia kind of being in his corner and how the Mexican fan base love them, Robert Garcia, and love Robert Garcia fighters, I think you can safely say that fight would do somewhere between 450 to 550. I would even kind of lower that 425 to like 525 in pay-per-view buy. So it do good business, is what I'm saying, with another live gate that'll be between 14 to 20 million dollars. So the business will be good. So obviously, if you're a superstar like Tank Davis, you want to keep generating revenue. So that is a pro for him fighting Jose Rayo Valenzuela. The other pro, so the legacy, the business, the other good thing about him fighting Rayo would be that he's staying active, right? As we saw with Danny Garcia, inactivity ruins your career just as much as injuries ruin your career. Just rusty, hunger, inability to really go and beat a fighter that you once were. That's prevalent with guys that are inactive. For Gervonta Tank Davis, after the longest layoff that he's had since being at the top of the game, when he fought Ryan Garcia, then he spent over a year out of the ring before fighting Frank Martin. He can't afford layoffs like that anymore in his prime. He needs to be fighting 2 times and some calendar years, 3 times a year. He needs to stay active and stay busy. So a pro for him would be fighting again, staying active again, will set him up to have a great 2025 as well, because he's going to be sharp, he's going to be ready, and he's kept himself in shape, and he got another fight in. So that's a pro of it. And then last but not least, positioning. The positioning that it will put Tank Davis in if he's able to beat Jose Rayo Valenzuela. Simultaneously being able to be a champion at 135, being a champion at 140, that will make guys have to call his name out, make him a bigger star, have to want to fight him, make him a bigger star. And then that starts putting into play one knock that people have on Tank Davis. A knock that I give him is, oh, he ain't never unified. Well, when you hold champions at 2 weight classes, number one, it lessens your mandatories because you only have 1 mandatory. Then it gives you an opportunity to unify in 2025. So if he beats Rayo and he got the belt at 140, if he beats and he still has his belt at 135, obviously, then now he's in a position for his next fight longer. Do you want to get this shit? Okay, you don't want it. What about you, WBO champion Teofimo? Did Devin fight Liam Perot, and did he beat Liam Perot? Okay, what's up, Devin? It just puts him in a position for even better fights as well. So the legacy of it is cool. The being active is cool to me. And the positioning that it will put him in, I think, are some key things that make the fight a okay, good fight. But pros and cons, that's cool. I would be remiss and I wouldn't be telling y'all the truth if I didn't tell you it would be a huge letdown to me if he fights Jose Rayo Valenzuela. To know that Tank Davis went viral with what he did to Frank Martin, to know that he did everything he could to try to make a Lomachenko fight, to know that he reached out to Shakur Stevenson for a fight with Shakur Stevenson, and to know that those guys didn't pursue that opportunity, and instead we got to get Tank versus Rayo because the guys that people say are supposed to beat him didn't want it. That's going to be a huge major letdown. And sorry, I can't blame Gervonta Tank Davis for that. I can't blame him for Lomachenko ducking him. I can't blame him for Shakur Stevenson ducking him. What I will say is, if not Rayo, then who? If you're one of these people that rather him just sit out, man, you stupid. We saw Errol Spence do that shit. And Tank should get another payday. He should have a big fight. He should fight another champion. He should do his thing. He should not sit out. Boxing is better. YouTube boxing talk is better when Tank got a fight coming up. Y'all crazy as hell if you think that man should sit out when he got a fight date and if he got a viable opponent. So I'm standing on my square, though. I'm not predicting Rayo. I just want to tell y'all, number one, prepare for the negatives that's going to come. They're going to try to tie this shit into other fighters and try to go back and retroactively say that this right here proves that he did something or he ducked in the past. Prepare yourself for the weight excuse. If you fight Rayo at 140, It's going to be, well, why he ain't fight this guy? Why he ain't fight that guy at 140? If he fights Rayo at 135, Rayo is all of a sudden going to become a weight-trained fighter. And that's why Tank knocked him out, because he was weight-trained. He was like 22% of himself. But some good things, as I said, to combat that, the legacy that it would be being a 3-division champion, the fact that Rayo puts him in a position for better fights in the future, and then it also puts him in, it does really good business. Not the business, like I said, that Shakur and Loma would do, but that fight gonna do a little bit better than what he did with Frank Martin, based off of how Rayo looked against Pitbull and what he did to Pitbull, and also based off what Tank Davis did to Frank Martin. And let's just be real, bro. Let's just be 100% real. It will continue the trend of Tank Davis fighting fighters when they feel like they at their best and they coming off their best performance. So, is the fight growing on me? No. Is it a good fight? It's good in terms of those things, but it's trash to me because I don't think it's competitive. I don't think there's even a shot that Rayo has to do anything with Tank Davis, bro. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub up. See y'all soon. Peace. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney know y'all ain't built like that, bro.